gods, a troll must bow, Chieftain Narjak Firstborn told his cub. Agrog must carry the tribe now. Narjak has spoken. Slowly, Agrog looked up from the bloody mud. Agrog cannot. He is not ready. Narjak's gaze was like fog. Take care of them, cub. Them and him. Both.
I think I'm going to go now here. No, I don't have here, so can cover. I like to. Okay. No, I think this one is going to be a mage. Let's go with this one. 5 intelligence, 1 point to everything. Consumption, and this. Okay. Yep. And oh, this guy. This a lot. Wait. Okay, it's on custom. What can I add here? This should be strength, I think. Let's go for willpower. Let's go full strength and consumption. Let's make him for close range. So he's going to need 7 this. And all the rest is going to go over here. I selected this well. Yep. And we can start the story. It's really nice. I've played it before a little bit.
Shield the tribe, and shield Noag. Those were Chieftain Narjak's last words to his cub Akrog after a ballista bolt from the Tusk Hunters pierced right through his chest. Fabled warrior, leader of the Moonkin Trolls, last of the mythical firstborn, killed by elven poachers. It was not only Narjak's heart that Bolt impaled that day, but also that of the Moonkin tribe, weakened by the terrible blood-rot plague and decimated by the Hunters. They had long been struggling for survival. With their mighty chieftain gone, the last ray of hope still shining was Noak, Akrog's younger sibling who had inherited Narjak's legendary power. The chieftain's wish for Akrog to succeed him surprised many kin, but it surprised Akrog most of all. True, he was a strong and honorable warrior, but far from the Moonkin's best. All he had was the peculiar gift to hear the voices of the dead, and an iron will to do right by his sire's last words. Was he ready for this? He could not say. Yet when the tribe demands, a troll must bow. And so Akrog found himself giving his first command as a chieftain to be. The Moonkin would travel to Mugwa's cradle, a shrine guarded by the Bonekin Trolls, to perform the Devouring, the sacred ritual where the new chieftain consumed the old chieftain's heart to take up his role. This story begins the day the Bruised tribe arrived at the cradle, where Akrog, joined by his mentor Grungwar and his trusted one Zaska, ventured out to find a holy plant for the ritual, Mugwar's Tear. Little did Akrog know that the true trial of the Moonkin Trolls had just begun. No matter what the Trolls may think of Chieftain Akrog, trust not the foul tusks who say he had everything given to him on a moon silver platter. All because his sire was chieftain before him. Oh no, little cubs. The hunger, the blood rot, the hunters. The Moonkin had become but a shadow, and in the span of a day, it became Akrog's calling to lead them back to Mugwa's light. The day he and his two companions went out to prepare Narjak's last rites would be but the beginning of his troubles.
Are these the ones?
Magwa's tears, the sacred plants, blessed by the goddess herself.
Pity she always cries in hard-to-reach places. It was a rotten pain to get here.
One blew Makrog to embalm the chieftain's corpse for the devouring. Harm not the others.
So the story goes for everything, so I'm just going to start.
Akrog wants not to disrespect Mugwa, but why can they not pluck more? This is a brittlebone ruin. If the Moonkin pluck them not, someone else will.
Akrog speaks true, but still, the laws demand it. These blooms are gifts from Mugwa to the sacred earth, and the only time a troll can rip them from the soil is for the rites.
Akrog understands. Akrog remembers hearing that the Brittlebones use these blooms too, no? The sharp-eared ones.
The elves, it is true. They call them Lenya, and greedily tear them from the soil to use for their hexes. A typical lightling ways, if Grungwar is asked. They think themselves so much holier than the dark races. But in the end, all they do is take, and take.
Akrog has a question. If the blooms are so powerful, perhaps they could help with the blood rot. Surely Mugwa would understand.
Akrog's sire said the same thing.
He said that? When?
Oh, hundreds of moons ago. Back when the blood rot first showed. Akrog was still a little cub, and little Moonblood was not yet born. The eyes picked 3 blooms, and Shepherd Crumb brewed a potion from them. But it helped not. In truth, it only made the trolls that drank it worse.
Worse?
The hex power of the blooms is too strong, even for a troll's flesh.
All right.
And it is done. The bloom has been plucked.
Back to the cradle then? Before the big little oaf Noag goes mad with worry, thinking they tumbled off a cliff.
Akrog still thinks they should have taken Noag with them. It would have helped his dark thoughts.
Noag's gloom is the reason it would have been unwise to take him. Give him time to mourn. As the moon blood, and soon the same blood of the chieftain, he knows there will be little of that in the moons to come.
Grungwar speaks true. Let them march back. They have lost too much time already.
Wait, before they leave, Grungwar has an unusual wish. He would like to pluck a bloom for himself.
What for? The devouring?
No, it is... The Moonkin have been running for so long, Chieftain. Grungwar dreams that one day they will find a true home somewhere. A tribe camp to last, so to speak.
That is a fool's dream. As long as the Moonkin are hunted, they need to keep moving. And either way, what have Mugwa's tears to do with this?
Well, it may sound foolish, but Grungwar would like to hold on to that bloom and then plant it in the Moonkin's future tribe camp, like a totem of hope, to show how far the Moonkin have come. But the choice lies with Akrog. After all, it is against Mugwa's laws.
I like how they speak in Turkish.
Can the bloom survive that long?
It can. Forget not, Akrog. These are no normal blooms, but ones that brim with Mugwa's hex power. Grungwar will need to take good care of it, of course.
Believes Grungwar truly that this tribe camp will ever exist?
To speak the truth, he knows not. But to use Chieftain Narjik's words, when a troll must choose between hope and fear, why choose the latter?
So he can be prepared.
One can prepare for the worst, while still hope for the best. Fear only darkens the mind.
Why is Grungwar asking for Akrog's blessing? Akrog is not chieftain yet.
Yet, by the next sun-up, he will be.
The Moonkin should respect Mugwa's law. They know not if that tribe camp will ever exist.
Grungwar understands. He...
There, old fur. His precious little bloom.
Zoska should not have done that. The blooms are sacred.
Well, Zaska just did, and he still stands here, looking as good as ever. Now, how about they leave this place?
Fine. Back to the cradle, then.
What now? More trouble? Ready for action.
What?
Is trusted one all right?
He is.
Interesting.
And it is open. Strange.
Maybe Zaramak could learn a thing or two from these ruins.
Brittle bone craftsmanship never brings anything good.
Going now.
I would say this is one of the best stories for this
It is
type
like
of
the
games.
other one, but the stick is missing.
Let them look around then. Maybe they can mend it somehow.
That should work. What is this? Easy.
Can Zazka help?
How do this portals work now? I forgot.
Let's
Interesting. Probably.
What on Urgath is this?
Can a troll not rest for a moment?
There's something I need to do before I can use it.
Nah,
Actually,
bugs.
I think this one was useless.
Gray will regret problems to smash. Go join the worms.
Oh, I should have.
Only fools challenge the moon dead.
Let's get this. This. And this because I cannot top this for now. Our next guy. Wow, this was healing, I think. Actually, this one is very nice. If I remember correctly, and this one. We're going to go with them. And for this guy, okay. So we got some skills on there.
Let Zazka get a proper look.
Oh, I forgot to take.
Let Zazka get a proper look.
Take this. Not it's anything I need right now. But
Little. The Moonkin cannot go through here.
True. But there is a hex stone. If they can kindle the...
There they are.
this guy is going to
Trusted
help.
one, Nurbok One-Eye. What is he doing here?
Looking for them. The fat bonekin chieftain was getting worried.
The tears were harder to find than they thought.
Cub Akrog, Nurbok will tell him one more time. The Moonkin should break off the devouring and move on. If they stay in this clearing for too long, the hunters will come for them.
Nebok, they talked about this. The chieftain must be devoured, so Magwa can pass on his power to the chosen chieftain. Narjok would want...
What Narjok would want is for the tribe to survive. But Nurbok has said his piece. It is clear the tribe would rather listen to a fresh tusk cobbling who hears voices in the wind.
Narjak was Akrog's sire. If anyone knows what he would have wanted, it is Akrog.
What? Has Akrog become a lightling now, where blood ties matter more than one's tribe? It is true, Akrog is Narjak's cub, but that makes him no closer to Narjak than any other kin.
Nebok speaks true, Akrog. He may be Narjak's cub and feel a strong bond to him, but a cub belongs to the tribe, regardless of his sire. That is what Magwa's laws demand.
There. Listen to Grungwar.
Nerbok knows that Akrog wanted not to be chieftain. His sire, Narjak, chose this.
In his dying moments, with a big brittle-bone throwing spike through his chest, he either chose Akrog because dying made him confused, or simply because Akrog was his cub. Nerbok knows not what is more pathetic.
Nerbok. It was the chieftain's word.
That makes it no less wrong.
The eyes have not seen hunters for 6 sundowns now. Nerbok really believes they are in danger?
The tribe is always in danger, and they will never be safe. Not as long as the Tusk Hunters are out there. Not as long as the Bloodrot takes warrior after warrior and kills their cubs before they are born. Not as long as there is never enough to eat.
A true ray of sunshine.
No one asked for Small Tusk's opinion.
Okay. So I believe if I pick one of these, we're continuing with the story, so... This is a little bit rogue. This is annoying, I guess, for them.
Sire Narjak was the
This is
last
the most
firstborn
respected
of the
fighter.
trolls, and the greatest chieftain there ever was. He deserves to leave this world with honor.
Zazka could not agree more.
If everyone got what they deserved, every worker would have their own iron beak. Make no mistake. Nerbok treasured Narjak like he treasures Grungwar. But Narjak was a great chieftain because he put others first. Surely Akrog knows that, after what his sire did for Nerbok and Akrog both.
Akrog knows, Nerbok. But what honor have the trolls left if they let these rotten brittle bones crush even their most sacred traditions? Now, can Nerbok kindle the Hexstone?
He can. Oh, and Zaska Small Tusk?
What?
Nerbok knows the Small Tusk has been scheming. He will keep an eye on him.
Then how will he see where he is going?
What was Nerbok talking about? About Zazka scheming?
Scheming makes it sound very bad. He will tell Trusted One Akrog after the devouring.
What is this?
What is Akrog waiting for? They need to bring the tears to the Bonekin.
Akrog will leave now.
He will. But then...
Sharp tusks and thick hide, then.
I forgot to give the
What is
story.
Akrog waiting for? They need to bring the tears to the Bonekin.
Why would Nerbok accuse Zazka of scheming?
Ask him himself. The Small Tusk is standing right there.
And he was about to say the same thing. Akrog, Zazka will tell him after the devouring. Now is not the time.
Fine. That bear, Nerbok crushed it?
Nerbok crushed it, but it was already hurt when he came here.
Maybe a Bonekin hunter killed it then.
Or a brittle bone.
Anuk's eyes have scouted the jungle. They say there is no one in sight, neither Brittlebone nor Greenskin.
True. Well, it will be a good meal for the ill and wounded. Nerbok will take it back to the tribe.
A wise idea. Best ask Crumb who needs it most.
Akrog will leave now. Will Nerbok join the devouring?
He will. But there is something else he has to look into first.
Sharp tusks and thick hide, then.
Can a troll not rest for a moment?
Okay, now we can continue.
If he insists.
Let's get that. Let's kill them.
Over here, big shit.
The might of the Moon King!
Afraid of an old troll? They should be.
Okay. Let's kill him.
Something about this jungle always makes Akrog's hide crawl.
The blood drop in the cradle. It is full of Magwa's power, making life and plants flourish all around it.
Pity all that power does beak shit to keep the hunters and slavers away.
Is something wrong, Zaska?
No, of course not.
Okay.
Moving on.
Okay.
Akrog see.
By the holy hide, if it is not chosen chieftain Akrog Beehigh, Cabrax was about to ask the bones if something happened to them.
Chieftain Cabrax, Magwa prays. It is true, finding the tears was harder than they thought. The Brittlebone ruin was swarming with bugs.
Good for the tears, bad for the many Brittlebone treasure hunters who searched them. Ha! Come, show him. Ah, good. Very good. Mugwa will be pleased. Now all they need is a tooth.
A sacred pierce stick. The Bonekin have none of their own.
Oh, of course they do. But the Moonkin will need to shape their own for their sacrifice.
Speaking of the sacrifice, has the Moonkin's bloodgiver arrived yet? Anuk? When Akrog left to find the tears, the Moonkin Eye Master said he could not be found.
Oh, he has arrived, it is true, a few hours ago. He wanted to be alone with his prayers, though, so Cabrax led him and his trusted one into the shrine. Cabrax understands, of course. Being a bloodgiver is a great honor, but it may not feel that way right now.
Akrog still understands not why the bones chose Anuk. The Moonkin need all the healers they can get, and his trusted one will be crushed.
Grangwa told Akrog, the bones are the will of Magwa, and when she decides, the kin obeys.
Elder Grungwa said it, but Cabrax will speak long prayers for his trusted one.
Oh, splendid. That solves the problem.
Zaska, show respect.
Are the sacrifices truly necessary? The Moonkin have lost so many kin already, especially after the last hunter attack. It feels like a sin to kill another, even for the devouring.
Cabrax understands, Akrog. But without the blood sacrifice, the Bone King cannot summon Mugwa's cub. And without the cub as a river for her hex power, they cannot give the chieftain's power to the chosen chieftain. It is a great price, but a troll must pay it.
Akrog understands. He will talk to him once Cabrax allows them into the shrine.
Akrog should. Itzkar, the Bonekin Bloodgiver, would like to speak with him too, but they will cross that swamp when they come to it.
How can they shape a tooth? Grungwar said it. It is a sacred weapon.
Just like how the Moonkin shape their other weapons. All Akrog must do is find a hexed brittlebone weapon, scrap it, then have the Moonkin Master Scrapper use the parts to shape the tooth.
Can they not use the Bonekin's tooth? The Moonkin have no time.
No. If the Moonkin want the Bonekin to do the devouring, they must respect the tradition.
All right. Akrog meant no disrespect. Where can they find a hexed brittlebone weapon, though?
Oh, there are many places in this jungle. But Cabrax believes he heard the Moonkin's Master Scrapper, Zaramuk, speak of a brittlebone hideout up north.
His name is Zeramak. But good. Akrog will speak to him. Sharp tusks and thick hide, chieftain.
Is that a Moonkin saying? Cabrax likes it. Sharp tusks and thick hide.
What should he do? All right. To the tribe camp.
Ha! The chosen chieftain returns. Has he the tooth yet?
He will be back when he has. For now, can he ask Cabrak some questions?
By the holy hide, Akrog, just ask. This is not a ceremony.
Just want to ask all the questions so I can continue with the story. Okay, let's start out
Moonkin's
one by
great
one.
warrior, Nurbok, fears the tribe being here will draw the Tusk Hunters near. Cabrax fears it not,
Cabrax fears.
and yet he agreed to do the devouring.
And he told Akrog why. The brittle-bone hunters are dangerous. But the moment Trollkind allows them to crush their traditions and the law, they have won.
Words worthy of a chieftain. Also remember there are no signs of hunters wide and far. They are probably scavenging the kin they killed last moon.
They speak true. Akrog has been meaning to ask this. Why is the Bonekin tribe so small? With their hex power and their gifts, they could become one of the greatest tribes on Urgith.
And what good would that do? Look around, Akrog. This shrine is not big enough to shelter many trolls at once. Especially not if they are fat like Cabrax.
They could build shelters around it.
True, maybe they could. But they would be harder to shield against enemies of the tribe, and draw more attention to the cradle. Also, it was never the Bonekin's calling to grow big. They are the guardians of the cradle, the servants of Mugwa. No more, and no less.
How can it be the Bonekin have not been cursed by the rot? Many other troll tribes have.
That is a good question. One Cabrax has often asked the Bones about.
And? What did the wise bones say?
That the cradle protected them. It is the only explanation. There were a few Bonekin whose flesh was cursed, but they were all wanderers who spent many moons away from the shrine when the cursing happened.
This makes sense. Then perhaps the power of the cradle could cure the blood rot too.
Cabrax and the Seers thought the same thing. That is why they allowed the four Bonekin, who returned ill to the shrine, to sleep right next to the cradle, hoping Mugwa would mend their flesh.
She helped them not.
Cabrax is certain she tried, but she could not. All four are now floating in the moonlit river.
Akrog knows they have spoken of this before, but is there truly no way the Bonekin can let all the Moonkin into the cradle for the devouring? Tradition demands.
That all kin see the chosen chieftain devour the heart. Cabrax knows, but there were enough fools in the tribe who wanted the Moonkin not to come here as it is, rot and all. And Cabrax wanted not to cause more grunting. 12 chosen Moonkin warriors, and the elders of the tribe can witness it. The rest will have to stay outside in the tribe camp.
Of course. Akrog understands.
Grunwa is here.
Now, let's
Grunwa
continue.
will go there. This looks interesting.
You will lead the way. Let Akrog see. What is it that Warrior Nog needs?
Well, he feel foolish to ask.
Just speak.
Well, Tamer Julog, he say anything about Nog?
Like what?
Well, there is no good way to say it. Talag, Julog's trusted one. Nog there when hunters kill him.
Talig. Akrog remembers. That was many moons ago, was it not?
It is true, but Nog still remembers all too clearly. Talag fight like a true warrior, and Nog by his side. But then the hunters get too many, and Nog,
Nog gets scared and run. He even hear Talag scream as the hunter untusk him and... Well, no matter. Nog want to ask Akrog if Julag would forgive him if he apologized for leaving Talag. Akrog has the gift of spirits, so he can know thoughts of the tribe, no?
What should I pick now? Let's go with a nice guy.
I'm sorry. Akrog cannot read thoughts. No? But he is blessed by Mugwa, and all the gift of spirits does is make him sleep badly and hear voices in the wind. But sometimes he wishes he could read
Thanks
thoughts.
so far.
It would make things easier, especially now that he is about to be chieftain. Nog should just tell Julog he is sorry after the devouring. Let Julog decide whether to forgive him or not. Nogsi. Akrog is right. He must ask and hope for the best. Sometimes that is all a troll can do. Nog speaks true. Now sharp tusks and thick hide. Akrog must prepare the devouring. Sharp tusks and thick hide.
No, I can speak with him.
What? Oh, chosen chieftain Elder Grafer. Mugwa prays.
Mugwa praise.
Hello to Julag too.
Are the beaks well?
Well, most are, but Zekil and Urak starve. Crumb gave them some herbs against hunger, but they are still restless. How goes the devouring? The sooner the Moonkin can move on, the better.
They are still preparing it. Sharp tusks and thick hide, Julog.
Sharp tusks and thick hide.
Now I have a couple more people I need to stick before I go for the mission.
He can beat this.
I think here's the one.
Ah, Grorek. It is good to see him. Grorek. Oh, sorry. Chosen chieftain must excuse Grorek. No need to be excused. But how is Krasik? Is he showing signs of healing? Not yet, chosen chieftain. Krasik still has a fever, made worse by the blood rot. For now, the old fool slumbers. Is his sickness so serious? Grorag hopes not. Shepherd Crumb gave him some herbs to make him sleep. It is kind of Grorag to watch over Krasik. It is no trouble. He would do the same for Grorag. Probably.
Don't know if I
Curse on
can
the blood rot.
rotate the camera somehow.
Akrog thinks he has not seen Krasik sleep before. He looks so peaceful, no? He still farts as much as ever, though. Grorag thinks that must be a good sign. Let us hope so. Krasik is fortunate to have Grorag here with him. Sharp tusks and thick hide. Grorag thanks the chosen chieftain.
Now that guy. Then going to speak and need to do a couple of stuff. Rescue someone over there.
There. How feels he now? Better. Speak true, Crumb. Warrior Higrak. He died. The brittle-bone stab stick missed the heart. In a few sundowns, he will walk again. Good. Good. Elder Grongwar, chosen chieftain Akrog, hunters Aska, Mugwa praise. Crumb is glad to see they are back safely.
Mugwa prays. Shepherd Crumb, kind soul. How are the wounded?
Not well. Nagak and Tap will not live to see the next sundown. Higrak might mend, or he might not.
Might not. But Crumb told him he would be fine.
Sometimes a bit of hope and trust is enough to heal the worst of wounds. What of the devouring? Is it ready?
Almost. The Bonekin need a few more things.
Very well. Let Crumb know if he can help.
Tell Akrog, has Crumb seen Little Blood? Noak. He seems not to be in the tribe camp.
Strange. No, Crumb has seen him not. But he was very upset about their sire the whole day. Poor Noak. He still thought Ken lived forever.
Akrog will see if he can comfort him.
He should. Though this would have happened one day. Kin dies, and there is nothing a troll can do. It is a painful lesson they all must learn. And even though a troll should treat every moonkin as kin, it is no secret that the death of a trusted one or same blood can hurt more.
Either way, they need to find Little Blood. Has Crom any idea where he went?
No, but he is sure he went not far.
Okay, so
They should look in the jungle.
All right. Sharp tusks and thick hide, Crom.
now let's get
He is on his way.
the quest.
This chieftain back? Good, good. What he need?
How are the scrap stocks of the Moonkin? Have the scrappers found enough to make up for what the Moonkin lost during the attack?
Zeramak can speak true?
Always.
Then, no, they not made up. Lost many scrappers that day. Nilak, Pengpek, Dookie. Terrible day for the Moonkin. Terrible day.
Terrible day it was.
But they trying. I, Master Anug, say their Brittlebone battlefield up right from cradle. They have many scrap.
Maybe Zaska can help. He is small and has good eyes. Maybe he can find some.
No, Zaska. Scrappers enough.
All right.
Never to insult Kresik again. Or maybe just
Akrog is chosen chieftain, not chieftain. Not until the devouring has been done.
Ah, chosen chieftain, chosen, chieftain, same thing. Zeramak no good with twisty words, so he call Akrog chieftain like Narjak now, less head hurt later.
A fair choice.
The Moonkin need to craft a tooth. Can Zeramak help with that?
Tooth? For eating?
No. The holy weapon for the devouring. They have the pointy end, they just need a brittlebone pierce stick with hex power. Kabrak said the scrappers found a brittlebone hideout up north.
Ah, the cave, true. It locked, but the scrappers find shiny metal to open it. Here, how it called?
A key. The scrappers went in already.
Not yet, because there are Erics and other creatures. But Chieftain and Grungmore strong. They can squish them. Maybe they take Little Moonblood too? He's so strong.
Maybe. Speaking of Little Blood, has Zeramak seen him?
Bit ago he have, but not now. Maybe he sleep in shelter?
Akrog will look. Either way, they will be back with the brittlebone pierce stick. Zeramak should stay ready.
He will. Oh, and Slig? Best ask now.
The chosen chieftain might be able to help Slig, if he has time. Just come and talk to him when he can.
Akrog needs Zeramak to shape something. To crush things.
What he need?
I don't need anything. I want to see what are the stuff. Okay,
All right.
now
Zeramak said the cave is to the north.
let's get this
And let them
first.
keep an eye out for Little Blood.
Trusted one gets used to the chieftains speak quite quickly.
As he should.
Can I do anything? I can do? Nope. I'm going to rescue the little guy first. There's someone who can help me. And when I rescue him, I need to go over here in the cave to get
He is going.
one of the keys or something.
They here?
Noak, quick.
Moonkin. Go squish!
Okay. Let's now speak with him.
They see Noak strong. He make Eric go squish.
But him, sorry
He
for
do
that.
same for Brittlebone, who killed Sire. All of them. As long as he leaves a handful for Zazka. Zazka get 5. Noak 5T.
50. Why is Noag out here alone? It is dangerous.
Maybe for old Grumph. No for Noak. He's strong.
He is, but he's also the Moonblood, and the tribe needs him. Hunter Eric was killed by a wild wyvern just a few sundowns ago. What?
Noak not Eric. And tribe like Noak cause he's strong. How he can stay strong if he always hiding in his shelter?
This is not about hiding.
This
It
is
is
the
about
better
being
choice
strong
over there.
together with the tribe. It is true, Little Blood can crush many Erics alone, but he will still only be one troll. The Moonkin together, though, they could crush all the Erics on Urgith.
Noak understand. But tribe need be stronger then. Lots stronger. So next hunter attack, they will crush them all and build shelter from their bones and feed their flesh to the Moonkin cubs. Mugwa septic utters Noag. Take a deep breath. The hunters are not here. But will be! And if Noag been stronger last time, Sire would still be here, and...
Oh, Little Blood. Calm. Be calm. It is not his fault Sire is dead.
Is... Everyone say Noak Moonblood. Noak blessed because he's so strong, but he not. When hunters came, he can do nothing. Nothing. Nothing.
And neither could Akrog, or anyone. Noak is a Moonblood, it is true. But Sire was a First Blood, 10 times stronger than even Nurbok. It is good to grieve kin, and it can be good to be angry. But Little Blood must not let this anger turn into despair. Else he will, one day, do something bad.
Sire always say the same thing. Big Blood right. Noak sorry. He be calm now.
It's all right, Noag. They all understand. So we just went out here to show the tribe he is strong and to unleash his anger?
No, not only. He needs something from the Eric. It's... how say... guts? Should Zazka dare to ask why? It's surprise for Crumple Noak make with Zeramak. Noak can take guts, Big Blood?
Sure, but he will accompany them afterwards. It is better this way.
Okay.
Noak here!
Let's get my item first. Take
Let
it.
them! They go back to Zeramak now?
Soon.
No. Let's up the critical chance. Oh, I have a point over here. Let's up the strength. Oh, I don't have for this one yet. Unfortunate. Wow, read through them. Okay, I think this is a good idea. Because he's after all a hero. Cannot top this, sadly. Okay. And this looks pretty nice. They're already up. I feel like this is better, but I still need to use all the points, so regardless, this is what I can do.
Can
Okay.
Sasuke help?
Now, let's go over here. Actually,
He go there. In
Taste,
that
taste.
direction. What can he do?
they're just going to be faster this way. I should zoom out.
They will not
No,
get
attack
away
them.
from Sasuke.
Were they on 2? Let's say they were
This
on
way.
2, I guess.
Should be Nerbok. Akra, he... Oh, Chosen Chieftain.
The chosen chieftain is going to get the chest first. Oh, there are enemies.
What now? More trouble.
I thought there wasn't any.
You will lead the way.
Yep.
What interesting path is this? Probably.
Like this. He's going to have money after all.
The tribe must survive! What this? Let Sasuke get a proper look. Interesting. Let Akrog see. Probably.
Okay, now let's speak with
He's
you.
on his way.
Where you go? I believe I was going through here and then coming out from here.
Ibrak, Kutuk, the blood for the tribe for the blood.
Elder Greyfur, chosen chieftain Akrog. The blood for the tribe for the blood. Hunter Zazka.
I Kutuk. I Brag. How wonderful to see them.
What are they doing out here? Scouting?
I, Master Anuk, tell them about strange sparkles in the jungle, so they go see.
There's nothing here, though.
Akrog heard them speak about him. Ibrak thinks Nerbok should have been chosen chieftain, and not Akrog.
He must hear wrong.
Well, that is enough to convince Sasuke.
Shut up, small tusk, or Ibrak will make ugly face even uglier.
Kin harms kin not. Now speak true, or stay silent.
What do you want Ibrak to say if they heard all?
Okay, let's choose the right one. No, there isn't the wrong one. This sort of seems the best one. This looks like the
But
best
Akrog will say this.
for the nice guy.
He knows he is not as strong as his sire yet, but he will earn the Moonkin's respect.
Ibrak sees.
Good. Now, another question. Strange sparkles. What meant, Anuk?
Ibrak and Kutuk asked themselves the same thing. He say the air wavy, like over a fire.
Grimoire, any idea what that could be?
Maybe hex power. Hard to say.
Green spot mushrooms, maybe. They make the nearby air wavy.
Could be. It is true.
Speaking of Eye Master Anuk, where is he? He was not in the camp.
East of the cradle with few others. They say Crumb's beaks find a nest of araks out there. Good for eating.
What sorts?
Kutuk no sure.
Let them pray to Magua. They are blood fiends, then. Their flesh is the most nourishing.
All right, they will leave now. There are many things to do. Sharp tusks and thick hide, Eyes.
Sharp tusks and thick hide.
You find out.
What is this?
Bloodburn. That was the name of the hex plague that had caused the rot 600 moons ago. It came from a land far across the water, and its bite was felt by the races in different ways. Elves were barely affected. Brittle bones died slowly. Green skins quickly and brutally. The bloodburn was weaker on Urgath, but it affected its creatures nonetheless. The trolls were left cursed with weak flesh and cubs who died before they could be born.
All right, a tiny pierce stick with hex power, Gabrak said. Let them find it.
And keep their crush sticks ready. Zeramak said there were beasts.
Akrog is ready.
So I believe I could use this later to sort of escape or something like that. I'm not sure. I might be mistaken. Where'd they go for him?
No one won't look. Interesting. Probably.
Let's go above first. Or chest or...
Keep moving. Just let
He
him
might be old, but his tusks are still sharp.
need more power.
May Magua curse you.
No, I'm ready. He find out.
What should he do?
What next?
That way.
No, I can go down. Thought what we're doing. Yeah, we can just take this. I'm going to kill him.
Akrog is listening.
And let's not connect them. Let's see. What was it? So there won't be any mistakes made.
So much shiny things.
Grimoire has any idea who lived here? Hunters?
Nah. They hunt for the shiny things, so they would not leave them here. Maybe robbers. Brittle bones who crush and steal from other brittle bones.
No, I'm ready. You find out.
So I'm going to go that way, but now I'm going to be speaking with someone here.
Let us
Just want to get this first.
No! No touching! Fat troll hands don't touch Zippet's gold. No!
Calm, Noag. Just a tiny spirit, Greenskin. It is harmless.
Harmless? Zippet will show the fat brutes harmless. You see these bones, yes? They were two adventurers who starved to death because Zippet kept the magic walls up for 100 years.
Okay, this is about choice. Like, it's going to work, but it's regardless about choice. So we're
The
going
moon
with
can care not
nice
about
guy.
the shiny things, but they need something with hex power.
Hex what?
Magic.
Oh, you mean an artifact, yes? Fine. Zippet doesn't want to stay here for 100 years, no. So here's his deal. Zippet gives you one of his artifacts, and the fat brutes hand back his gold. Everybody happy, yes?
What is this artifact they will get in return? They need something strong, with hex power.
It, is strong. Owned by a very powerful pale-skinned mage. Yes.
A hex stick, then. What can it do? Throw fireballs? Raise the dead?
Well, no. Cut potatoes. By itself, floating, yes. Very useful, very strong. And the pale skin loved it.
It should be fine, Akrog. Just a bit of hex power will be enough.
Fine, they have a pact.
Yes, yes. Now give Zippet the gold.
What is this?
Vamos. Am I supposed to put the gold? I'm confused.
Akrog is ready.
Okay, let's get this first.
It will not open.
Noag smash? That might break the shiny things in there. Let them look for a key. Key? A piece of scrap that will open the box.
Oh, am I? Why did I do that last time? Okay. Fuck. I'm confused.
No one
Akrog
here!
is listening.
Can a troll not rest for a moment?
Am I?
Can Saska help? What next? No one go look.
I know how to put the fucking gold. And what the fuck?
War is ready.
How do I do this? I'm pretty sure last time I didn't have to do any kind of trade or something.
What should he do? What is this?
Oh,
I get to click on
beautiful.
the
Come
key.
back to Zippet, yes.
Why Treasure Goblin was dead and still talk, Grumph? No, I'd think Mugwort take dead things to Moonlit River.
Nah, only troll kind. The other races have their own ways of finding the Moonlit River. This goblin was undead because his soul was still restless, and he wanted not...
Just get out of here, okay? This place gives me the creeps.
Big Blood will? He looked strange.
It is just... he has been hearing things again.
The gift of spirits?
It is true, but this is the second time in a day. Before that, Akrog had not heard a spirit in moons.
Maybe the cradle makes Akrog's gift stronger?
Grungwar thinks not. His own gifts are still the same. It must be something else in this jungle, or just chance.
Well, now is not the time to think. Let them try this key, so they can bring the artifact back to Zeramak.
And Ericat! They need give Zeramak Ericat too, for Crumple surprise! Still not sure if Zaska wants to know what this surprise is. An Eric gut pendant, perhaps? Zaska will see.
Let Akrog see. There, the artifact. All right, now back to the tribe camp to ask Zeramak if this is enough to shape the tooth.
It is. Kill them all.
Not right now. Even a worm would not eat such a beast.
Oh shit.
They will die next.
Grungwar will go there.
That's a lot of damage.
You find out.
What is needed of him?
Going now.
What is this? All right. Let them bring this to Zeramak. They must complete the devouring before sundown.
It will all work out. Grungwar feels it. Magua smiles upon them.
Wonderful. Then what could go wrong?
Why, Zaska? Why must he always blaspheme? Zaska knows how difficult his role in the tribe is. Wants everyone to shun him.
They can speak of this later. Now is not the time.
Zaska could not agree more.
At his service.
Moonblood, he is back. It is true. Cursed rot.
Scrapper Slig Stoutheart. He wanted to speak with Akrog?
It is true, Chosen Chieftain. Sleek knows this is a strange time to be asking him for a favor, but Chosen Chieftain Akrog has always been happy to help the Scrappers before.
He has, it is true. And what sort of help is needed this time?
Oh, the usual. Sleek needs to bring back as much scrap as he can, so that he and the Master Scrapper can keep up with the need for weapons, armor, and all that stuff.
He needs Akrog to carry scrap?
No. Just shield Sleek while he finds what they need. He gets so carried away with sorting that he would not even hear Mugwa's cub if it came sneaking up behind him. There is a crumbling brittlebone place southeast of here, where Sleek might find some lovely scrap. Chosen Chieftain knows where Sleek means.
He knows. He was there not so long ago, looking for Mugwa's tears.
Perfect. So, has the Chosen Chieftain time to help Sleek, just like in the good old days?
Of course, I think so.
He has not really the time, but he cannot say no to Slig. What is his plan?
Mogwar prays. The Chosen Chieftain is so kind. Slig will meet Chosen Chieftain Akrog outside the Brittlebone ruins. It will not take Slig long to find out what he needs. Hopefully.
It had better not. Akrog will meet Slig there.
All right. He will see him soon.
Moonblood, Mugwa prays he's safe. Zeramak no see him since sunup. Where he go? Out in wild to find Eric Gert, but he should have gone with kin. He's sorry. He Moonblood. No ag no need be sorry to lowly Zeramak. He do what Mugwa tell him.
Akrog needs Zeramak to shape something,
Wanna say some stuff.
to crush things.
What he need?
This something I don't need. I would just put this one as well. Let's get rid of them. As for crafting, let's not craft for now.
Akrog is
Ah, chieftain back. Good.
Little Blood. You wanted to give Zeramak something?
True. Here, Noak found it. Ugh, it's so sticky. Smells as nice as it looks. True, could work. Can Chieftain give Zeramak moment? Ah, look, pretty. Like Zeramak.
What is this? A hammer?
A song bone, like greenskin slave drums. But this one makes long sounds like an iron beak's call.
They mean music?
It is true. This is for Crumb, then, Noag. What is the occasion?
They see.
All right.
Okay.
What is needed of it?
This
Let Akrog see.
Where was Noak? Crumb got worried. He makes something for Crumple. He,
Just show him, Noak. He will like it.
Here, gift. A song wood. No, a song bone. But how did Noak make this? And why is he giving it to Crumb? Zeramak helped Noak make it. And he, well, Crumple always helped Noak, just like Big Blood, Zaska, and Sire. Noak he want to ask.
Oh, spit it out already. He wants to make Crumb his trusted one, no?
It's true. That is very kind of Noag. Crumb will gladly be Noag's trusted one.
Well, it is settled then. Shepherd Crumb kind soul and Moonblood Noag just struck the bond of trust.
Noag, thanks. He will be good trusted one to Crumple. He...
Calm, Little Blood. You can speak with Crumple again later. There is much to do.
His same blood is right. But Crumb thanks Noag again. He will start making sounds as soon as he can. If these old fingers allow it, that is.
what should it be? Oh, this one. That's one count 6. I guess this.
Akrog is listening.
Can I of this?
Zazka is listening.
Let's go check the okay?
This looks interesting.
It was good of Chosen Chieftain Akrog to come. Is he ready to shield Slick?
He's ready.
Oh, wonderful. Let them see how much lovely scrap is waiting for them in there. Mogwar's tusks! Look at this place! Slick's not sure where to start.
Slick should keep his voice down. He was right not to come here alone. Akrog is sure there are enemies around every corner.
Slick cannot promise to be calm, Chosen Chieftain, but he will try.
Akrog likes not this place. He wonders what happened to the Brittlebones who lived here.
Slick cannot spend all day worrying about things like that. He has got scrap to find.
Get ready. Can Zazka help?
Keep those Araks away from Slick.
Worry not. Akrog will crush them. Just get that scrap.
He will. This makes a nice change from all the thinking Slick has been doing lately.
What thinks he about?
Slick will tell him if he promises to keep crushing those Araks. Well, Slick likes to think about the trolls he knows. And the ones he has known.
Has Slick lost someone close to him too?
It is true. But not as recently as the Chosen Chieftain, of course. Slick likes to remember his old friend Zanuck.
Zanuck? Akrog knows not that name.
They had been friends since they were cubs. Slick will never forget the day when Zanuck asked him to be his trusted one.
What happened to him?
The blood rot took him. He got hurt out in the swamps, and it seemed like he was getting better. But then, the rot took over and he was gone. Slick was with him when he died. He hoped Zanuck knew he was there.
Together, to the very end. That is the promise trusted ones make. Akrog is sorry Slick lost him, and in such a way.
Chosen Chieftain speaks true. Anyway, there is no time for moping. There is scrap to be found.
More scrap for him?
Just how unsure I don't think.
What now? More trouble?
Slick thinks this might be the last of it. Oh, rotten Araks again!
Akrog will take care of them. Is he nearly done?
Slick is a fast worker, Chosen Chieftain. They can head back in a flash. Unless he is not in a hurry to return.
Well, there is just so much to take care of. He would like to help Slick for longer, but
duty calls. Slick understands. It cannot be like the old times anymore, and that once he is chieftain. The chieftain can still have fun, though. He should not forget.
He will try not to. At least
Little Chieftain
is good at reminding us
to a pretty big, in my opinion.
Well, that is good. Noag Moonblood makes them all smile. He is such a sweet troll behind that thick hide and those strong arms. The tribe is lucky to have a troll like him who can bring joy and hope.
Noag bring joy? Is that good?
It is true. Noag Moonblood always makes Slick's day brighter. Now Slick really cannot carry anymore. He will run back to Zaramak, so they can use this scrap straight away.
That was actually quite fast work. Akrog is glad he found what he needed.
It would have been a lot slower if Slick needed to fight those Araks first. Slick thanks the Chosen Chieftain for keeping him safe.
It was no trouble. Well, only a little trouble.
A little trouble. Sounds like Slick. Come back and find Slick when Chosen Chieftain gets back to the tribe. He has an offer for him.
He will.
He's going to give me some stuff now. Let's go over here. Let's go on the map and... This one... Why can't I? Okay. No. I'm stupid. Let's get the reward for him. And then craft Mogwan Stone.
Akrog is glad to see Slig made it back safely with such a burden. Was Master Scrapper Zeramak pleased with him?
Very much. He and Slig are grateful to the Chosen Chieftain.
They are welcome. Maybe it helped Akrog a little to help Slig.
Look, once the burial is done and he is used to being chieftain, he should let Slig cook a meal for him. Slig owes him something tasty for giving up his time on such a day. He can bring Noak Moonblood too. They will toast to a brighter future.
Akrog would like that. Remind him again after the devouring.
It is a deal. Sharp tusks and thick hide, Chosen Chieftain.
Sharp tusks and thick hide, Slig.
Hold that breath for a moment.
Let's get this.
You find Chieftain back. Good. What he need?
Akrog needs Zeramak to shape something.
Crowd
Crush things.
two.
What he need?
Is it somewhere in here? Oh yeah, it's that thing. Okay, I understand. I had to demolish this so I can crowd out.
Zeramak, old hide. He have it still. Here, Chieftain. Mugwa's tooth.
Akrog thanks, Zeramak. To Cabrax, then. Oh, and Zeramak's scrappers can search the cave now. It is safe.
Here go there. Moonblood. Mugwa praise.
Let's
Ah, look at this! The fabled Moonblood. Noak, is it not?
It true.
Well. Noak truly has his sire's blood. A prime specimen. And Grimoire says he has no signs of the rot at all. No weak bones. No stunted tusks. Nothing?
None. He's not even old enough to hunt yet, but already stronger than some warriors by his 5th year. Grimoire believes he will grow even bigger. Chieftain Narjak aside, Mugwa praise him. Noak is the strongest moonkin that there ever was.
Well, then Cabrax hopes Noak will sire many cubs. Perhaps one with a Bone King, though.
Noak is standing right here, they know.
It is just mating. So, have the Moonkin shaped the tooth yet?
Akrog has it.
Let Cabrax see.
Show him.
Here. Will this do?
It should. Follow them inside.
The air here makes Zazka's hide prickle.
Okay, let's see if there was something I can get before we speak with him. I believe there are a couple of things you can pick or do. Yeah, there's some stuff over there as well. And there's one other guy I can speak over here. Yeah, chest as well.
What? It is nonsense. Why Ernok? Because that is what Mugwa decided. Nurab must move on and choose a new trusted one. Who then gets killed by the rot? The hunters? Or some stupid ritual? It is also pointless, Ernok. The Moonkin will never find peace. Never! Chosen Chieftain Akrog Beak-Eye. Mugwa praise.
Mugwa praise, Bloodgiver Armik Soft-Tusk. Is he ready for the sacrifice?
Bloodgiver. All his life, Ernok was a healer, and now that is all he is.
He became blood giver the moment Mugwa decided so.
Rot Mugwa! Rot the devouring! Rot the hunters! Rot everything! Nurab cannot take this! Nurab, go!
Just when Anuk has accepted his fate, his trusted one will not. What can he do, chosen chieftain? He wants not to leave Nurab like this. Bitter and broken.
I have only one choice. Okay.
The last hunter attack killed dozens. Many kin are bitter and broken.
How about a soul charm? It is a stone with hex power from the Brittlebone ruins here. It can store the voice of a living creature. If the Moonkin found a soul charm for Anuk, he could speak a few words for Nurab into it. This way, Nurab could treasure them forever.
That, Anuk would like that. But he wants not to be a burden on the tribe. Nerbak is right. The Moonkin should not stay here any longer than necessary.
Anuk gives his life for the devouring. So this is the least the Moonkin can do. The blood for the tribe for the blood.
Anuk thanks Grungwa.
Where can they find the soul charm?
Cabrax told Grungwa that the kin hoard them. They should talk to their Thing Keeper.
All right. They will be back.
Tuska is listening.
Chosen chieftain.
Akrog never asked. Why is Arnak called Soft Tusk? His tusks look not soft or brittle.
Akrog speaks true. They are not. Anuk's same blood, Jag, gave him this name, actually.
Jag. Grunwa knows this name not.
That surprises Anuk not. Anuk said farewell to Jag many moons ago. And he is in the Moonlit River now, along with their sires. They were just cubs when they lost their sires. So, they noticed not. But when they were grown, Anuk's same blood took care of Anuk. He taught him how to hunt, how to find herbs. Everything.
But why call Ernok Soft Tusk then?
Because he always said Anuk's heart is too soft to be a warrior. Anuk never liked killing a boar, even if he knew it was right because he needed to feed the tribe. That is why he from kind soul. There, he can mend flesh and not destroy it. Could, that is. Anuk will mend no more.
Akrog is sorry.
Grunwa is ready.
In that direction?
That way. You will lead the way. What is this? On his way. Let Akrog see. What is this? Mugwa prays. He is chosen chieftain Akrog Begai.
Thingkeeper Neek knows him. The troll who can throw rocks over mountains.
How knows he?
Oh, be no fool. Every troll knows the cub of Chieftain Narjak Firstborn. And his same blood, the Moonblood. Neek must say he expected something else. Akrok looks not yet like a chieftain to me. Let alone the one to follow Narjak Firstborn.
It is true, Akrog is not chieftain yet, but he will be, and he will prove himself.
So easy to shake. Be careful, Akrog, or Ken might take him for a slave. Either way, what came he here for?
This is the Bonekind's treasure, is it not? Why keep so many Brittlebone things?
So the Brittlebones find them not. Everything out there with hex power is a thing the Brittlebones can use to untusk trolls.
Akrog understands. Akrog wonders if the Bonekin have a soul charm. The Moonkind's blood giver. He would like one for, well, his trusted one.
Soul charm? The Brittlebone boxes that can trap a voice, no?
It is true. They are small spheres, silver like the moon, and
Neek knows what they look like. And it is true. They have one here.
What want the Bonekin in return?
Nothing. The Moonkin Bloodgiver makes a great sacrifice. If this keeps the dark thoughts away from his trusted one, Neek is glad to help.
Akrog thanks Neek. Sharp tusks and thick hide. Akrog must leave.
Moving now. Back, Moonkin. This is...
Quiet, Grog. This chosen chieftain Akrog Bekai, Narjak Firstborn's cub, and he is...
The second-born and the Moonblood of the tribe. Noag.
Huh. Still just a cub. And bigger than Neok. Why Akrog come here? He want to honor his sire's flesh?
It is true. Akrog knows Zazka respected Narjak like no other. Is there anything he wants to say?
He is dead, trusted one. Zazka can say all he wants, but Narjak will never hear it.
Little Blood has been very quiet. How is he feeling?
Nothing.
Nothing what? He feels nothing?
No. This thing, it know his sire. It just flesh and bone, like pig after hunter crush it. Sire is gone, and always will be. Because Noag no save him.
Little Blood, they spoke about...
No! Big Blood no speak. Not now.
Akrog still cannot understand why the firstborn blood protected Narjak not. No arrows could pierce his hide.
no arrows, it is true. But the throwing spike of a brittle-boned stick-flinger could. The firstborn blood only made him long-lived, not invulnerable.
That throwing spike should not have hit him. It should not.
No.
If Mugwa will not guide Narjak into the moonlit river until the devouring, where is his soul now?
Waiting in the earth. When devouring done, Mugwa take soul and bring it to Moonlit River.
At least the Brittlebone hunters left him his tusks.
And great tusks they were.
Akrog still cannot believe he is gone. It is just a moon ago. They were still sitting around a campfire, listening to Grungwar's stories. And now... Akrog will crush the hunters. Every last rotten one of them.
And Sazka will help him.
A fair goal. Just forget not that the tribe must come first. Always.
Akrog wishes they had spent more time together.
Understandable. But there is a good reason a troll cub belongs to and is raised by the tribe, and not its sires.
A troll must not favor his offspring over his other kin, Akrog knows. Still, they had only just started hunting together. Akrog just wishes he had known him better. Akrog should go. He must prepare the devouring.
Sharp tusks and thick hide.
What can he do for the tribe?
He'd find out. Chosen chieftain.
Here. The Bonekin gave Akrog this soul charm.
Anuk likes it. How works it? Anuk just speaks something?
And the hex inside will trap it. It is true.
Anuk sees. Anuk is with Mugwa now. And he will be there when Nurab joins him in the Moonlit River.
Will he bring Nurab the soul charm now?
Anuk would like Akrog to bring it to him. After the devouring, when Anuk is gone.
Why? Nurab, his trusted one.
Very true, Moonblood Noag. But seeing Nurab now would only make Anuk weak again. He has said all that needed to be said. Now, it is time for him to do his duty. The tribe for the blood for the tribe. Chosen chieftain Akrog. Anuk. Make all this death mean something. Save the Moonkin, no matter the price.
He is on his way. Time to move on.
Why Akrog come here? He want honor his sire's flesh?
It is true. Akrog should go. He must prepare the devouring.
Sharp tusks and thick hide.
Either way, what came he here for?
Akrog must leave.
Let Akrog see.
Well then, time for the preparations.
The summoning of Mugwa's cub.
No need to look like a beak shat on his head, Akrog. Summoning Mugwa's cub is a great honor. He should be smiling.
A Moonkin and a Bonekin have to die for the ritual. Akrog sees nothing to smile about, and he understands not why Cabrax would.
Cabrax told him why. It is an honorable way to die. Being worked to death as a slave of the Greenskins? Disgrace. Starving? Disgrace. Untusked by a brittle bone? Disgrace. But giving one's blood so that Mugwa's cub can take the fabled chieftain Narjak Firstborn into the Moonlit River. That is an honorable way to die. A way worthy of Mugwa's spawn.
Cabrax speaks true. Anuk's trusted one will have dark thoughts for a long time. But maybe he will find solace in the thought that Anuk will be floating in the Moonlit River right beside Narjak. It is a great honor.
Anuk die? Why?
So Noag's sire can go in peace, and trusted one Akrog can be the new chieftain. Zazka will explain to Noag, but not now.
The Bloodgivers are already here, are they not? What else is needed?
Prepare the rest of the offering, of course. Wood, food, and crushed stone. Tradition demands for the Devoured One's tribe to gather them. But if Akrog wants, the Bone King can do it instead. He knows the Moonkin are weary.
They are weary, it is true, but the Moonkin will respect the traditions. They will harvest the offering themselves.
Words of a future chieftain. Return when the Moonkin workers have built the gathering dens, then. is done. A building is done.
No one here!
Everyone is ready. A building is done. He is going. On his way.
He can help. He not able to help him.
Ready for action.
He's going. No one looks interesting.
All right. The workers are preparing the offering. What is next?
Scrap! Just have the Moonkin scrappers search the cradle. There should still be some mounds nearby. Then comes the blood giving.
How works the blood giving exactly? Two blood givers must offer their lives to Mugwa. Zaska knows that. But how?
It is complicated. Of the two blood givers, One is the sacrifice, and the other, the vessel. The vessel devours the sacrifice, then spills his own blood at the foot of the holy stone.
Elder Grimoire Greyfur is as wise as they say.
What mean devour?
Eat. So he means the vessel must eat the sacrifice's flesh?
Like chosen chieftain Akrog will eat his sire's flesh at the ceremony. It is true. Cabrax told both Bloodgiver Urnuk, the sacrifice, and Bloodgiver Itzka, the vessel, what they should do. Akrog should speak to them once he is ready to make the offering.
He will. Sharp tusks and thick hide.
They take care of it. Be not worried.
Is done.
He helped tribe. Be ready. More scrap for him.
What should he do?
Close enough.
What is it?
Bloodgiver Itzka will give his life tonight. He wishes not to die with the rot in his bones.
The rot can only be passed on through blood to cub, not from troll to troll.
That is what every fool believes. Itzka wants his flesh to be pure when he offers it to Mukwa. Now, why is the chosen chieftain speaking to Itzka? He wants to be alone with his thoughts.
Itzka will devour a Moonkin's flesh. If what he thinks is true, would he not catch the rot then, either way?
He would. But the Moonkin sacrifice dies a few breaths after it has devoured the Moonkin sacrifice. There will be no time for the rot to spread.
Akrog came to offer his thanks and tell Itzka that the ritual is ready.
Thanks? Itzka does this for Mugwa, not for the Moonkin. But he thanks Akrog for his words. Is the Blood Guard waiting?
Blood Guard?
Cabrex has not told him yet. The tradition demands that the Moonkin bring 3 strong warriors to protect the pyre.
Akrog understands. He will take care of it.
He should. Itzka will meet him at the Holy Stone.
will lead the way. That way. Moving now. What is this?
Why Akrog come here? He want to honor his sire's flesh?
It is true.
Akrog should go.
Sharp tusks and thick hide.
Huh. What now? More trouble?
To move on. Grunwa is here.
No, I'm ready. What this?
Akrog is ready. You will lead the way.
The tribe must survive! The blood for the tribe!
You wonder what next. They take care of him. He not worried. He can help. Magua prays.
The building is done. A building is done.
He work now. They take care of him. He not worried. Nice day. A building is done.
Get ready.
He needed.
Akrog is listening. Let Akrog see.
Chosen Chieftain. Has he spoken to the Bloodgivers?
He has.
Good. Then the summoning may start. First, Akrog will have to place the offering at the Holy Stone. Then... well... then the vessel must devour the sacrifice. Then spill his blood at the foot of the Holy Stone. Once this has been done, Mugwa's cub will rise from the earth.
Will Cabrax guide the ritual?
No, this is the Chosen Chieftain's burden, and his alone.
Akrog understands.
What on earth? Chosen Chieftain. Is it time? Anuk is ready.
And Itzka is too.
Is there anything else Arnak would like to say?
Just bring Nurab the soul charm when the devouring is over. That is all.
Akrog understands. He will. Itzka, is there anything he would like to say?
No.
It is time. This is the tooth.
Strange
What is?
that it would end this way. Anuk thought about how he would die so much. Yet, this... it never crossed his mind.
Itzka will honor Ernuk's flesh.
Akrog will be a good chieftain. Anuk feels it.
Now the devouring.
Let Akrog see.
Sharp tusks and thick hide. It is done. Make the offerings. Speak the words. Then Itzka will do his duty.
He's needed. What should he do?
They will regret this. Be moving.
He here. Akrog is ready. Akrog is listening.
Zazka is listening. Can a troll not rest for a moment?
Akrog is ready. What is this?
By the golden, shiny, holy hide! Tell Cabrax not! This is not beautiful, Akrog. Tell him not.
Will it? Akrog means whose word obeys it?
Chosen Chieftain Akrog's, of course. He summoned it.
Then the devouring can begin.
It is true. Speak the words, then Cabrax will light the pyre. If he wants to take a last look at his sire's flesh, it should be now. Is Akrog ready?
He is.
Then call in the Moonkin's chosen warriors. Cabrax will brew the embalming liquid. Then the devouring begins.
What did he do?
And so, Elder Grungwa Greyfur gives Chieftain Narjuk Firstborn's flesh to his cub, the chosen chieftain. Not only so he may become the new chieftain, not only so his blood stays in the tribe forever, but to honor Magua, the moon goddess who, through all these struggles, still smiles on Trollkind. Magua prays. Do it, chosen chieftain. Devour the heart.
The tribe. Shield the tribe.
Sire.
And the devouring is complete. With Magua's blessing, Akrog Bekai is now chieftain of the Moonkin. Speak, chieftain. Speak loud and speak proud, because his words will be remembered.
The hunters have taken so much from the Moonkin. Akrog will...
Wait!
What?
Something is wrong. They...
Hunters!
He can help.
Enemies are attacking!
What can he do for the tribe?
Put down the grunters!
What? Fight back! The cub will crush them! The tribe...
Brutes! Bloody brutes!
Fight them back! Fight for Mugwa! They will regret this.
He might be slow, but his tusks are still sharp. Afraid no troll. They should
Go join the worms!
They will not guide his hands.
Scryer, do it! Cast the spell!
Commander.
Grungwa will go there.
You will go. You find out.
This is pointless! The Moonkin must flee, now!
What is he talking about? The trolls will crush them.
No, they will not. Tusks. There are hundreds of them out there. Cabras can sense it. And they killed the cub with a single hex.
He speaks true, Chieftain. They need to flee.
Fine, but they will not leave the Bonekin. It is the Moonkin's fault the hunters came here. They...
Holy hide! Spare Cabrax the words! The Bonekin will never leave the cradle. Never! Now go!
What? What happened? Where are they?
Still near the cradle. This must have been a teleport hex, like the hunters used to get into the cradle. They...
More hunters. Cabrax was right.
To the tribe camp. Now.
Hope that spell worked. That thing was bloody terrifying.
Don't worry, it will. Itras is the best.
Ellen's reigns!
No hurt Vulcan! Problems to smash.
What is needed of him? He will protect the tribe. Grunwa has stopped.
Akrog is listening.
Enemies killed a hero!
Without him, Grunwa is here. Grunwa will not fight without him. In that direction. Grunwa will not fight without him.
Akrog is ready.
If he insists.
Is that...
Bloodgiver Anuk's trusted one, Norab. He will never get the soul charm.
To the tribe camp. Now.
Look who has arrived. Nurbok told Akrok this would happen, but he listened not.
Stop, Nurbok. This is not the time for fighting.
Crumb speaks true.
The hunters. How many kin have they killed?
Better to ask how many were not killed.
They have not yet counted the bodies, Chieftain Akrok. But it is terrible. Zaramak, Julog, Anuk, Crumb, and maybe 24 kin are all who survived. It would have been worse had Anuk not warned Nurbok.
That terrible.
It is, little Noag. It is.
What happened?
What looks it like? The hunters attacked while Akrog was busy doing rituals with the Bonekin. Just as Nurbok said they would. Nurbok guesses the cradle is gone too.
They're still fighting. Cabrax, he told them to flee.
And of course, Akrog obeyed.
It was not like that. Cabrax left them no choice.
Sure.
Zaska speaks true, trusted one. Chieftain Cabrax made a hex that brought them out of the cradle. He wanted the Moonkin not to die.
Well, it's too late for that. Many did.
Akrog understands not. The eyes said there were no hunters wide and far. So how could this happen? I, Master Anug?
It is hard to explain. It is true that the beaks and the eyes see no hunters. But when Anug go out yesterday, he see these strange sparkles in the air. Like how air look over a fire. This morning, Anug and I see sparkles from the bushes. But suddenly, There is a blue cloud on the sparkles, and hunters come out.
A teleport hex, just like in the cradle.
Mm-hmm. When Anuk find out, he run back to the tribe camp, but it was too late. He is sorry, Chieftain Agrog. He failed the tribe, and now so many kin is dead.
Anuk is not to blame. It was Agrog who would not listen.
Chieftain Agrog.
The small tusk is the last one to tell Nurbok what to do. He is not even a moon.
Quiet. Tusks, maybe Akrog made a mistake, but now is not the time to fight. Kin died, again. And more will die if the Moonkin stay here and wait for the hunters to finish crushing the cradle. They need to leave. Now.
Powerful words. And where plans this great leader to take the Moonkin? Right into the next ambush?
He knows not, but they will work something out.
Maybe there is no need to. Zazka has an idea. Nurbok remembers when he said Zazka was making schemes again? Well, it is true. For the past moon, he has been meeting with a Brittlebone.
A Brittlebone?
That is what Zazka just said. And no, he has not betrayed them. Even though that is what they all believe he is just waiting to do. This Brittlebone, he has a plan that would not just help the tribe crush the hunters, but could also cure the rot.
Cure the rot? How? How is that possible?
And there is the catch. The Moonkin must resurrect a fallen god.
Ever since they crossed the water to start a new life on Urgath, Mugwa had smiled upon her trolls. In their darkest times, though, her smile was sometimes forgotten. The blood rot, the hunters, the slavers. They were not so easy to forget. But as long as Mugwa was smiling, there was hope. Disbelief marked the faces of surviving Moonkin as Azka explained his idea. A pact with a Brittlebone Elder? Resurrecting a fallen god? Disgrace, they roared. Madness! But was there any other choice? So it was that Akrog used the chieftain's word for the first time. The Moonkin would meet this strange Brittlebone in the Blackheart jungle for a peace talk. When they marched to the cradle 5 sundowns ago, the Moonkin had been bleeding. When they abandoned it to the hunters, the wound was wide open.
This is it. The Brittlebone stranger is nearby.
Anuk still think it is not wise to go alone. Take a few beaks, at least.
Akrok agreed to a peace talk.
And Brittlebones honor peace talks not. They say they will, then they stab each other in the back.
Maybe so. But this Brittlebone had 100 chances to crush Zaska, and he crushed him not. Also, if he is anywhere near as powerful a hexer as Zaska thinks, a few beaks will make no difference. Please, Akrog. If they break the first pact they struck with the stranger, he might choose not to help them after all. The tribe has been ravaged, and they cannot ruin this chance.
Zaska speaks true, Chieftain. Trust must start somewhere.
Akrog still understands not what this stranger gets out of this. Why would a Brittlebone help the Moonkin?
Grungwar wonders the same thing.
Well, that is what they are here to find out. Zaska asked him the same question, though, and the stranger told him he stands to gain as much from this as the Moonkin.
100 Moonkin tusks.
Why told Zaska Akrog not earlier that he was meeting with a Brittlebone?
It is difficult. He wanted not to burden Akrog, not after what happened to his sire. Also, nothing was certain yet.
But my bad.
Well, it is not like Zaska lied, is it? He just told Akrog not. Look, he is sorry. But what was it Narjak used to say? If the stone is crushed, there is no putting it back together.
Akrog understands, but Zazka should not do this again. Trusted ones need to trust each other.
Will not happen again. Now, how about they talk more about his disappointment later?
What thinks Nurbok of this?
Akrog cares.
Well, even though there is no way the Moonkin could have known about the Hunters, Nurbok was right about the cradle. Akrog wants his advice.
Nurbok thinks the small tusk is right.
Wonders never cease.
Nurbok thinks not that it is wise to put the fate of the tribe into a Brittlebone's hands. But it is true if this stranger had wanted to kill the Moonkin, he could have done it when they were not expecting it. Also, Akrog has made up his mind, and the Moonkin are already here, so they might as well go through with it. Stop the club not in the middle of a swing.
It is Chieftain now, Nurbok, not Akrog.
Sure, Chieftain.
All right. Anuk, make camp here and bring in the others. If they are not back by sundown, find the stranger and crush him. Akrog has spoken.
As Chieftain say.
Good then. Grunwar, Zazka, Little Blood, come. Time to find out what this stranger's wild plan is.
Big Blood? The Hunters, they killed the Bonekin, no? Big Blood think they untusked, sire?
They probably did, but it changes nothing. Magwa took him into the Moonlit River when the devouring was complete.
Feel the might of the Moonkin!
May Magwa curse them.
Interesting. Probably.
No, I'll go look. They don't hurt Big Blood.
He might be old, but his tusks are still sharp. Why must they plague the Moonkin?
Ready for action.
Little Grunwar, take a closer look.
What this? He find out.
What now? More trouble?
What is that?
Not right now.
Enemies killed a hero.
In that direction? Grunwar will not fight without him.
He is going.
That way. What can he do for the tribe?
Zazka is listening.
He go there.
Grunwa is ready.
Moving
Time
on.
to move on.
Head towards certain doom.
Grunwa will go there. May Magwa guide his hands. Only fools challenge the Moonkin.
Moving now.
He will protect the tribe. Why what is needed of him?
On his way.
He moving.
He is going.
More power needed.
For the Moonkin!
He might be old, but his tusks are still sharp.
The blood is for the tribe! He crushed them now! The tribe must survive! Go!
He is going. Grunwa will go there.
No, I'll go there. Time
He will protect the tribe. In that direction,
They will regret from Noag.
Going now.
Time to move on.
The blood for the tribe!
He is on his way.
He go there.
Grunwa will go there.
Noag ready.
Time to move on. May Magwa guide his hands.
What have they here?
No mess with
And his service. Only fools challenge the Moonkin.
The tribe must survive!
Moonkin.
This way?
He might be old, but his tusks are still sharp.
For the Moonkin!
Fools challenge the
They will not
Moonkin.
get away from Zazka.
What next?
That way.
Head towards certain doom. Why not? Can Zazka help?
May Magwa guide his hands.
Can a troll not rest for a moment? Zazka is listening. What is that?
This looks interesting. Let Grunwa take a closer look.
What is this?
Huh, what now? More trouble? Moving on.
Well, well. Look what the jungle brought to me.
Is that him? Mm-hmm. What on Urgath is this? Let Grungwa take a closer look.
Interesting. Probably.
This looks...
So, you are the chieftain Zaska told me about. Curious.
He is Akrod Beak-Eye, chieftain of the Moonkin.
A pleasure to meet you, chieftain. I must say, I can't help but be impressed at your level of speech. Where I come from, people still believe trolls are all about grunting and roaring. But let's not beat around the bush, shall we? How much has Zaska told you about my proposal?
Akrod knows not the stranger's name yet.
That's true, and I would rather have it stay this way. Nothing personal, just precaution.
Fine. The stranger can keep his secrets.
Much obliged. So, tell me, how much has Zaska told you?
Magua has given many troll tribes the power to speak. Brittlebones just choose to ignore it.
That is the goddess you worship, isn't it? I see.
All that he knows. The stranger wants to bring a dead god back to life, and he needs the Moonkin's help to do it.
Imprisoned, not dead, but yes, that about sums it up. Let's start from the beginning. After the first battles between the Dark and Light races, which would lead to the War of the Six, many of trolls, dark elves, and orcs fled to Urgath to recover.
The Moonkin know about the escape. That is how their ancestors came to Urgath. The last chieftain, he was one of them.
Narjak Firstborn. I'm aware. And this is not a history lesson. I'm telling you this because of the creature that led the escape.
Zarek's cub. The field dog. What has it to do with anything? It went back to Fiara after the escape, hundreds of years ago.
Yes, that's what most believe, even among the light races. The truth is, the Hibernian Empire sent a division of elite warrior priests after them. The Sacred Seal. They tracked down the field dog and locked it away deep inside a prison here on Urgath. I believe that prison is on the other side of this swamp. And I also believe that while the priests of the Sacred Seal are long dead, the field dog is still there.
Hibernians. They are the Brittlebones on the land across the sea, no?
They used to be. The Hibernian Empire fell some time ago.
It fell? Oh, Grungwa knew not.
Well, how would you? The only things that travel between Urgath and Fiara are fortune seekers and mercenaries, like the ones who hunt you.
This makes no sense. Zarek's cub, the field dog, it is a god. Nothing can harm it.
Demigod. And yes, it's true that a field dog can't be killed by conventional means. I'm assuming that's why the priests of the Sacred Seal imprisoned rather than killed it.
How knows the stranger all this, if no one else does?
Such a curious troll. How refreshing. First, I have access to records most other people do not. Second, for the past 5 years, I did little else but study these records.
If those Hibernians could trap Zarek's cub, why not kill it? They were lightlings, no?
It is true. Maybe they were not able to.
My thinking exactly. It would have been in their interest to kill the field dog, and I'm fairly certain that was their original mission. But something must have prevented them.
And the stranger wants to free Zarek's cub, hoping that will gain him and the Moonkin his favor. That is his idea, no?
That is correct. Zazka told me of your scourges, chieftain. The rot, the hunters. There is no way you'll wrestle down those foes on your own, but with the help of a demigod, that would turn the tables.
What thinks Grungwar of this?
He thinks it is a bad idea. Even if this temple exists, and even if betting the last Moonkin warriors on this strange plan would not be madness, who is to say the cub would even help them if they break its shackles? Zarek has never cared for the trolls. He made them slaves, arrow fodder for the greenskins to toss at their enemies. For all they know, the cub would simply devour the whole tribe and leave.
Better to be eaten by a god than be untusked by a brittlebone. The stranger speaks true, Grungwar. They have no choice. Even if the hunters stop tracking them down, the rot will still keep killing Moonkin cubs before they are even born. What will Grungwar do about that,
They have Noag. He has the Moonblood.
It will be many years before Noag can mate. And even if he were to sire 1,000 cubs, how would the tribe feed them while they were little? Please, Akrog. They have tried running. They have tried hiding, but it never worked. Just this once. Let them do, and not be done too.
Fine. They will take a look at this temple, then they will decide what to do next. Akrog has spoken. The stranger says this temple is here in the jungle?
Yes, I can show you. There's just one thing we need to take care of first. The Chainers.
Those green-skinned slavers?
Yes. A small troll tribe lived here. And the Chainers rushed through the jungle a few days back and enslaved them. The main group is gone, but there are still a few troops left. And they have set up their cowl right in front of the temple. I know your ranks have been decimated, but you should be able to take them on, especially with the element of surprise. Finally, there's another matter we should take care of before we move into the temple.
One more thing. Why needs the stranger the Moonkin for this? If he is as powerful a hexer as Zazka says, could he not free the cub on his own?
A fair question. Suffice it to say that breaking into an ancient temple has its own unique challenges, where the muscle of your kind would come in quite handy.
That is all, then. The stranger needs someone to crush rocks for him.
Well, not quite. It's also about safety. That temple has stood abandoned for centuries, so it's bound to be crawling with all kinds of vermin and undead. I thought about hiring a mercenary corps, but they are expensive, attract a lot of attention, and will probably stab you in the back the moment they sniff a gain to be made. I know this probably isn't the answer you wanted to hear, but it's the truth.
Grungwar, what tribe could these trolls belong to?
Mudcrawlers or bog tusks, probably. They are the only ones who live this deep in the jungle.
Akrog never heard of those before. What are their bonds to the Moonkin?
Probably not enemies. They honor Magwa's law.
So how could they possibly be bad trolls?
Well, they should still be careful. So, these brittle bones in the temple, the sacred seal, the stranger said they died. What happened to them?
That's a mystery I'm hoping to solve once we're inside.
Whatever it was, Grungwar is sure the cub played a role in it.
What is this other matter?
Well, it's related to the creatures of this lovely jungle. Briefly put, some kind of disease seems to be making the rounds, and it makes creatures go mad, docile and predator alike.
Grungwar thinks they fought such a creature. Could it be a disease, perhaps?
If so, then it's no ordinary one. It also seems to spread. I've seen more and more animals like this. Considering you have a tribe to feed, you should probably put down those cursed animals whenever you see them. Otherwise...
They might corrupt the entire hunting grounds. The stranger speaks true. The Moonkin will take care of it. What about the stranger? Will he help the Moonkin fight?
I would, but something tells me I should save my strength for when we find the temple. I will do some scouting in the meantime. There are a couple of things out here I have yet to look into.
Fine, if you must. And one more thing. Akrog decided to trust the stranger. Make him not regret it.
Don't worry. I cannot guarantee any of this will work, but I will stay true to my word. Good luck now. We'll speak once you've dealt with the chainers.
Can a troll not rest for a moment?
And gone.
A teleport hex, like the hunters used.
It is true. Well then, let them take a look at this tribe camp to see what the Moonkin are up against. They will bring the others when it is safe.
He is on his way.
If he insists, head towards certain doom. Sure, Grumwina is here.
What should he do?
Quick, can Zaska help? Nord ready.
He is going.
Go there.
Mud was over here! Help! Tusks! Crush the greenskins!
Look out for Nord.
On his way.
All dead. Ku thanks stranger trolls. Despite Master Ku being dead or chained now if not for stranger trolls. Ku and kin thank.
The Chainers are their enemies too. What tribe belong Ku and his kin to?
Bog tusks. At least they was. Now, bog tusks all die. Or slaves of greenskins.
What about he? Name, tribe? Moonkin. Chieftain Akrog Beak-Eye of the Moonkin.
Moonkin? But Chieftain Narjak, leader of Moonkin, no?
He floats in the moonlit river now. Akrog is the new chieftain.
Oh, Narjak was great chieftain. They say they fight chainers?
They are in the Moonkin's way.
Then bog tusks help Moonkin. Chainers crush tribe and kill chieftain. They pay in blood. Chieftain Akrog agree?
The Moonkin can use all the help they can get. But should the Bog Tusks not go after the Chainer horde to free their kin?
Bog Tusk's not smart like Moonkin, but they not that stupid too. Look at them, all of them together, not even a pack. So how they supposed to crush Chainer horde? They have Wyvern, Wargs, Hexmakers.
Nick speaks true. If these bog tusks live through this fight, they will try and find way to free kin. But first, they kill all chainers still here in jungle.
Wise strategy.
The Chainers. Are there still many of them in the jungle? Who knows?
Few only. Was big horde that attacked tribe camp. But now only pack here.
Just like the stranger said. Are they the only survivors? The Chainers killed or took everyone else.
Ku think it is true. Ku and Kin out for a hunt, and when come back, everything burn. Bog tusks few. Now almost all gone.
Grungwar is sorry.
Then help kill Chainers.
All right. Seems like the Moonkin and the Bog Tusks want the same thing. Let them crush the Chainers together.
Good. There is problem, though. Akrog come back to tribe camp with Ku. Then he tell them more. All right. Chainer pack have tribe camp up jungle at Great Evil Ruin. Their bridge to go there, but Chainers burn bridge.
Maybe the Moonkin could mend it.
Could work. But then they need to make ground around bridge their own first. The Bog Tusks have some scrap in tribe camp, but that not enough to mend bridge. So they need gather more.
Zeramak scrappers can take care of that. The Bog Tusks know if there is scrap nearby.
Lots. Everywhere. Chieftain Akrog just tell his scrappers to dig anywhere, and they will find some.
All right.
Chieftain, is he all right?
What are they doing here? Akrog told them to stay at the camp.
And Nurbok told them to join him when they heard fighting. Who are these trolls?
Bog Tusks. The Chainers burnt down their tribe camp and enslaved their kin.
The small one speaks true. Chieftain Akrog say he helped to crush Chainer pack that's still here.
Another battle, then. Well, what must be, must be. It would be wise to let the Moonkin lay some of what they harvest aside.
Food?
Food, wood, stone, scrap, anything they can find. The Moonkin will need it for when they build a new home. Zulog, bring in some beaks from the camp. Then join Crumb.
As Crumb says. And Nook and his eyes will scout too. He go back to camp and tell them.
All right. Be on the lookout for greenskins. Will Nurbok fight?
Of course he will. He also has an idea, though. What's the Bog Tusk's name?
Spike Master Ku.
Then come with Nurbok, Spike Master Ku. There is something they must talk about. Going now.
Akrog is ready to move on.
Let Zazka get a proper look.
And what do they call them?
What is it?
Who says? Slings?
It is true. Put stone in sling and throw.
Chieftain, how goes the battle? The kin are getting worried.
They need not be.
Chieftain,
Everything well?
not so well. The hunters crushed 4 beaks.
Zazka just remembered.
Knock knock.
As Grungwar
Vika
still the
and
Mugwar's
Zek.
here, he plucked
They
before
crushed
devouring.
more.
It was
The Moonkin will
Zazka
soon
who
have to
plucked
scout
it.
with their
Same
eyes
thing.
alone.
Is it still alive?
Not so
Or lost
well.
Grungwar it
The
during the
hunters
attack on the
crushed
cradle?
4 beaks.
It is still
Yuku,
alive.
Knock knock.
Though the leaves
Vika
are
and
wilting.
Zek. They
Grungwar
crushed
wanted to
more.
speak about this
The
to the
Moonkin
chieftain.
will soon have to
but
scout
after
with
the
their
battle,
eyes alone.
Akrog will not let it come to
Mugwar
that.
tears pretty. What this?
Chieftain Akrog of the Moonkin. Mugwa praise.
Mugwa praise. Akrog has some questions. Ku mentioned a great evil temple near the Chainer camp. What meant he?
Oh, that, their big temple up jungle. Big and dead. Brittlebones once lived there.
Hibernians?
Human brittle bones. The ones who built the big green temples.
Ah, it is true. great evil temple like those.
Why is it evil, though?
Oh, Ku knows not. Bog Tusk Elder T. He always say big unholy monster in there. It is why Ku feels so strange whenever he go there. Like he stand on cliff and is about to fall. Elder T also think it is why animals die or go crazy when come too close.
The curse. Interesting. Why were there so few bog tusks left? Have they been hunted many times like the Moonkin?
It true, but they not hunted for tusks. Bog tusk trolls small, but strong, so chainers come for them. Bog tusks make good slaves.
Akrog is sorry they have had to suffer so much at the hands of the chainers.
Ku's sorry too. Even if all chainers get killed now, they probably not scared off for long. Bog tusks should keep moving.
Akrog knows the feeling. The chainers must still have many bog tusks in their camps. How will they rescue the slaves who are still out there?
Lot more bog tusks is slaves than is free. It true. Getting them back no be easy. But Ku and Kin got to try. Mugwa can help them.
Akrog is sure Mugwa will do everything she can, but they must be careful.
They be careful. Chieftain Akrog not worry. Bog tusks not good at words, but they good at sneak. They not see bog tusks come.
A clever plan. He wishes Ku and his tribe the very best of luck. Akrog must leave now. Sharp tusks and thick hide.
That how Moon can say. Ku likes. Sharp tusks and thick hide.
What on earth? So, the Moonkin are fighting again. This means Akrog struck a pact with that stranger then?
It is not a pact yet, trusted one. They will help the stranger find a temple. Then they will see.
And what is in this temple that will save the Moonkin?
Akrog will explain later. What spoke Nurbok and the Bog Tusk about? Slings.
It is true. See, Nurbok always wondered how the Bog Tusk survive. They as tiny as the small tusk, but they are still here. He knows now. They have weapons, slings, and throwing spikes, which they use to harm their enemies from the distance.
Nurbok thinks the Moonkin can make use of these.
Ku said his kin could show the Moonkin how to shape and use them, so they can wield them too. Nurbok said they can use the throwing camp to do it.
A wise idea.
He should have asked Akrog first, though.
Forgive him.
All right. Akrog will send a couple of smashers to the throwing camp, then. Is there anything else they could do?
There is. While they were marching, Nurbok thought about how the Moonkin could be stronger, and he had an idea for a new sort of warrior, the Stonebreaker. He will need a few skull crushers for that, though. Just send a couple of them to the hitting camp once the workers have set it up. They will know what to do.
All right. Wall breakers, spike flingers, and throwers. Akrog will take care of it. These wall breakers Nurbok wants to train. How fight they?
Long story. Let Nurbok just say, it will make it a lot easier for Moonkin warriors to tear down that Chainer tribe camp.
Fine. Sharp tusks and thick hide, Nurbok.
Sharp tusks and thick hide.
You will lead the way.
He here.
Chieftain. Master Scrapper Zeramak Blackhand. Slig. He made it not? Akrog, is very sorry. How feels Zeramak?
How should Zeramak feel? It's the same thing over and over. Zeramak lose too many apprentices and kin to count, so he make his soul like scrap. The Brittlebone can bend it and punch hole into it, but the scrapper shape it into something new and strong. But Slig, he was good kin, a good troll.
He was, and gone too soon.
What now? More trouble?
He go there.
Akrog needs something shaped. Akrog is
Chieftain.
Master Scrapper Zeramak Blackhand. Akrog needs...
Chieftain.
Master Scrapper Zeramak Akrog needs...
On his way.
Grungwa is here.
Chieftain, the tribe is running out of stone. tribe is running out of stone.
To take care of it. Be not worried.
Chieftain, the tribe is running out of stone.
What next?
The tribe needs more wood, Chieftain. The tribe needs more wood, Chieftain. Chieftain, the tribe is running out of stone.